I want to know if you could pick one fantasy player
Mm-hmm.
as your comeback player of the year in fantasy. Who would that be?
One, two, three.
It's funny, we were talking about running backs. My bounce
Yeah.
back player is a running back.
All right.
His name is J.K. Dobbins.
Ooh, I love that pick. I love that
Um,
pick.
the issue with him has never been talent
No.
because he's lightning in a bottle. Last year I think he averaged like 5.5 yards a carry.
Right.
He's always around 5, 6 yards a carry. That is fucking insane. Imagine if he had a full-time workload.
Ooh,
Oh my God. And that's what I'm expecting this year. JK to stay healthy, JK to get a
please.
full-time workload.
Yes.
Him and Lamar are going to destroy teams in that zone read if they run it. I don't know if they're
Yes.
going to run it as much this year.
We'll see.
Um, but the addition of Zay Flowers and Odell Beckham
Oh, yeah.
are going to do wonders for Lamar and JK in the backfield to run the ball. No more stacked boxes. You got to respect the throw.
That's right.
JK is too explosive, too talented not to capitalize on a full-time workload and a healthy season. If he stays healthy, let's knock on wood. Pray he stays healthy.
Knock on wood.
I've loved him coming out of out of Ohio State. I thought he was the best back in that draft.
Yeah.
I think he has the potential to be a top 5 back, all things considered. He has
I
that type
don't
of potential.
disagree.
He, like I said, efficient with the yards per carry, can score touchdowns, explosive, can catch the ball. So, even though he hasn't been used as a receiver, let me throw that out there.
That's very true. Yes. Which I mean, come on, guys. That's use the man in his wheelhouse. But I love Dobbins. I've always felt like he just needed that opportunity to stay healthy. And with that offense, like you said, the weapons they've added, I totally agree. That will lead the way for him to have a great season if everything goes well. Because I think he's very talented.
Immensely.
For my comeback player of the year, I've already kind of mentioned him in passing, but I will get back to him. And I can't believe I'm saying this, but I have to really push this. And it shouldn't be that much of a stretch. My player is Darren Waller. Now, Darren Waller, again, we talk about tight ends and how the tight end position last year was a dumpster fire. Unless you had Kelsey, maybe Kittle, the rest of them were just nothing. Dime a dozen. They gave you the same 3 points a game. It was the weirdest fucking thing. Like your Hawkinson. Even Hawkinson's pretty much up there. Hawkinson's the top 5 now. So, like, the tight end position was so ridiculous that everyone was just getting like 5 points a game from all the tight ends. Don't know where the fuck that happened. But with Darren Waller, and I mentioned this before, how when he was in Vegas, great player. Pro Bowler in 2020, top 3, top 2 tight end when he's healthy. Cool. With Derek Carr slinging the rock to him, Darren Waller was a menace. However, ever since then, he had a lot of fucking injuries and some personal shit that happened, I believe, at home as well for him, where he really couldn't stay consistent. He couldn't stay on the field, that kind of thing. So I was stunned that Vegas kind of gave up on him and said, just trade him to the Giants. Because I think Darren Waller is still a terrific player when he's healthy. But when he goes to the Giants, now, again, Daniel Jones, not the great passer that everyone thinks he is, or that New York wants to pay him like he is. But if you know your camp, if you're looking at the practices, looking at everything going on in the summertime here, Daniel Jones and Darren Waller have created tremendous chemistry already.
Yes,
I have seen a few videos. I have read that as well. So, knowing that there's really not a lot of top tier receiving options in New York at this point, Darren Waller could easily slot in as that number 1 receiver type and that safety blanket for Daniel Jones. And when it comes to, again, a PPR league, I can see Danny Dimes becoming Danny Checkdown a lot more than he's used to doing. And Waller would eat that shit up for breakfast because that's the shit he's capable of doing. He can bust you up in the middle. So Darren Waller is somebody because of what he had to do last year and couldn't get through a season. And coming to this year, I think big time comeback potential where he's going to slot right back into probably a top 3, top 4 tight end again. And hopefully get the production that he's supposed to give you. Again, don't draft him high. Don't be stupid. If you're not going for Kelsey, don't do a top 3 tight end in the first 3 rounds. You're an idiot. But if you get someone like a Waller in that 7 or 8 spot, I think you're going to be in good shape. I think he's going to surprise a lot of people this year.
I agree. Darren Waller has been falling in a lot of the mocks I've been doing.
Yes.
And I've been more than happy to take him, like you said, in the 8th round. I'll take
Snap him up. Snap him up, bro.
Too talented. Too talented not to do
right. Well. And it wasn't that long ago. People were like giving him shit for his last couple of years. The man was a Pro Bowler just a couple of years ago. So it's like he's not far removed from being a fucking dog. Let him just get a healthy season in a new offense where he's going to be a featured player. To me, that's like, dude, that's fantasy gold. If you're digging, if you're mining in the 8th round and he's falling,
and I believe the opportunity is going to be there. He's going to be the number 1 target.